What I'm about to share with you is one of the most powerful things that I've come across out of all the personal development work I've ever done. And here it is. You can't be wrong by admitting it, right? Now, let me explain this. Most of us, we grow up believing that being wrong is actually dangerous. We'll do everything we can to avoid being wrong. And so we typically defend trying to be wrong, we hide, we posture, we perform, we try and be everything other than wrong, right? Now, especially in today's world where we have this we're so connected than ever before, but it also means we're disconnected too within ourselves, but with everything being filmed and, trying to be perfect and all this kind of stuff can really feel like, and I really want to drill this in, it can really feel like you need to become someone else to even succeed or to have a chance, right? And that sort of breeds this whole fake it till you make it kind of culture. Just curate the image, hide the cracks, use Photoshop, Instagram, perfect pictures, all that kind of stuff. And you can't fake substance. Like you can for a little bit, but it always seeps through. Now, one of the most powerful things I've ever come across is this exact sentence, and I want you to use this as a tool. This thing will serve you forever. Your whole entire life, you'll be able to return back to this tool. Now again, that tool is, you can't be wrong by admitting it. So just sit with that for a second. You can't be wrong by admitting it, or admitting that you're wrong. Because every time I get caught up in trying to be perfect or trying to, get everything to be right or whatever it is, we tend to lose ourselves, and I definitely lose myself in regards to that. So there's no such thing about never feeling this. It's about how quickly you can return. So every time I start to get caught up in that, that's my one sentence that I literally use to get real with myself, and that allows me to recenter. It's a really, really powerful tool. And every time I come back to it, it sets me free repeatedly. It's a tool forever. And I love these little mindset tools. I collect them like a little toolkit. You're going to get them all here on this YouTube channel. For a long time, the biggest resistance I ever felt in life wasn't anything to do with the work. It was to be someone that I wasn't, or to be forced to do something that I didn't want to do. Or even to believe that I need to be who other people want me to be, right? Other than who I truly am. And for a lot of my life, I did try and live up to that idea. But the more I did and the more I succeeded in that way, the more I drifted away from myself. And ultimately, you can have all the money, you can have all the success in that sense, but if you don't have yourself, you got nothing. So I just, it's really like that old saying, I think it's from the Bible. Jesus says, truth will set you free. This is my own version of it, is, when you tell yourself the truth about where you are, who you are, what you feel, and what you don't know yet, it actually allows shame to dissolve. And that's one of the biggest things that traps us on our journey, is the shame that we carry. And shame only lives in hiding, and it really feeds on the pretending, and it grows in the dark. Okay, but the moment you admit the truth, it loses its grip on you. And so here it is again. You can't be wrong by admitting it. Now, every time that we live a life, and nobody can escape this no matter how much money you have, is your soul be screaming every time you're living a lie. It's going to happen, right? And some people try and stay in that place and hold on to things. That's called attachment. And they stay in there so much. And some people even end their lives rather than to actually admit the truth to themselves, which is sad. Okay? Very, very sad. And a lot of people actually get so used to lying that they forget who the fuck they are. They don't even, and they get so lost they don't even know their way back. And that's why I help people with the process work, to literally connect them back with themselves. And it's one of the most beautiful things that I do in my work. So if you ever want to go for that experience, just reach out and DM, because it actually breaks my heart that we can get lost. And especially in today's world, it's so easy to do. There's so many distractions, but it really hurts to. It really does break my heart, because I know what it's like to be in that lost state, and I also know what it's like to be found again, which is incredible. And I'm not talking in a religious sense. This is literally the connection with self, and that's what I do in the process work. So if you're on your journey to create your next million, you've already been working your butt off, you created your first million, you've been figuring out, what is the next step and all that kind of stuff. You want to level up, you want to get ready for that next chapter in your life. Again, I'm telling you this because I believe it's one of the most important tools you can ever have, is that saying, you can't be wrong by admitting it, because the ultimate tool is to tell the truth. And the first person you should be telling the truth to is yourself. So here's a little simple thing. Tell the truth about where you're at. Tell the truth about what you really want, and tell the truth about the mistakes you've made, and tell the truth about what isn't working, whether it's to yourself or to others. Everybody respects someone who's quick to apologize, because the moment you admit it, you are no longer trapped by it, and you can't be wrong by admitting it. You can only be free. So there is a strength and deep inner power in saying that exactly, and saying that you don't know yet, that you may have stuffed something up, that you want more than this, that you're scared or you need help. So just to reiterate those words, do not make you weak, they make you honest. And honesty is the foundation of alignment, and alignment is what creates real success in the inner world and external world. Not the fake kind, not the fragile ego kind, look at me, but the kind that you can live with, and the kind that feels like home. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what we do, we must be able to switch that light off before we go to bed and know that we fucking did our best and we can stand by what we do. Okay, that is the state that we live with. All right, and die with. Make you just so you know. So if you ever feel like you're being pretending or performing or carrying a version of yourself that no longer fits, try this. Just admit the truth. Even if it's only to yourself right now, that's all you need to do. It's your own privacy thing. Just admit the truth. Practice admitting the truth to yourself, because you can't be wrong by admitting it, and the truth really will set you free. So if you've got something out of today's video, thank you for being here. If it's landed for you, shoot me a little message. Maybe it's time that you need to sit down and tell yourself some truths. Okay? Sit with yourself, allow yourself to be uncomfortable, allow the truths out. I guarantee you what you'll experience from that is the most powerful, liberating things, and could just lead you to your next $1 million. So enjoy today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.